Hello my dear students, today we will discuss again the NEET 2025 biology question and answers. Today is the fourth class of this series. Today we will again discuss next 15 questions of NEET biology 2025. So let's start. So the first question is there is two options. Statement 1, the DNA fragments extracted from gel electrophoresis can be used in construction of recombinant DNA, and statement 2 is the smaller size DNA fragments are observed near anode while larger fragments are found near the wells in an agarose gel. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are incorrect. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. The DNA fragments extracted from the gel electrophoresis can be used in the construction of recombinant DNA molecules by joining them with cloning vectors. Since DNA fragments are negatively charged molecules, therefore they can be separated by forcing them to move towards the anode under an electric field through a medium or matrix. The DNA fragments separate according to their size through a sieving effect provided by the agarose gel. Hence, the smaller the fragment size, the further it moves. Therefore, smaller fragment will be observed at the anode, whereas the larger DNA fragments near the wells in the agarose gel. So, option 1 will be the correct answer. That is, both statement 1 and both statement 2 are correct. This is the correct answer. Next question. There is a matching. List 1 contains adenosine, adenalic acid, adenine and alanine, nitrogen based nucleoside, nucleotide and amino acid. Alanine is the amino acid, adenine is the nitrogen base, adenosine is the nucleoside, and adenalic acid is the nucleotide. So D is the 4, C1, T4, C1, adenosine is the nucleotide, A2, A2, D4, C1, A2. This will be option 4 is the correct answer. No, sorry, option 3 is the correct answer. Adenosine হচ্ছে nucleoside, adenalic acid হচ্ছে nucleotide. Option 3 is the correct answer. This is not the correct answer. Option 3 will be the correct answer. Next, consider the following. The reductive division for the human female gametogenesis starts earlier than that of male gametogenesis. The gap between the first meiotic division and the second meiotic division is much shorter for males compared to females. The first polar body is associated with the formation of the primary oocyte. Lastly, luteinizing hormone or LH surge leads to disintegration of the endometrium and onset of menstrual bleeding. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. Now, the logics of the reduction division for the human female gametogenesis starts earlier that of male gametogenesis, as in female. The reduction division is started before the birth of female baby, that is during the embryonic stages, whereas in males spermatogenesis begins at puberty. The gap between the first meiotic division and the second meiotic division is much shorter for males as compared to females, because in females oogonia cells start division during embryonic stages and enter prophase 1 of meiotic division and get temporarily arrested at this stage called primary oocyte. Once puberty is attained in the females, the primary oocytes complete prophase 1 of first meiotic division to form secondary oocytes. The first meiotic division in female is an unequal division resulting in the formation of a large haploid secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. Degradation of corpus luteum in the absence of fertilization causes degradation of the endometrium lining of the uterus, leading to menstruation. So here the correct answer will be option 1, that is A and B are true. Next, all living members of the class cyclostome are they are basically ectoparasites. All living members of the class cyclostomes are ectoparasite. Next, assertion reason. Assertion is the primary function of the Golgi apparatus is to package the materials made by the endoplasmic reticulum and deliver it into intracellular targets and outside the cell. Reason vesicles containing materials made by endoplasmic reticulum fuse with the cis phase of the Golgi apparatus and they are modified and released from the trans phase of the Golgi apparatus. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. Both. So here assertion is true, but reason is also true. So the option 1 is the correct. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Next, there is a scutellum. Scutellum is the cotyledon of the monocot seed. Non-albuminous seed is found in groundnut. Epiblast is the rudimentary cotyledon, and perisperm is the persistent nucellus. So the correct answer will be option A, option 1, A2, B3, C4 and D1. There are assertion and reason. Assertion: all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Reason: the members of subphylum vertebrate possess notochord. During embryonic period, the notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in adults. So the members of subphylum vertebrata possess notochord. During the embryonic period, the notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. These all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. So option 1 is the correct answer. Both A and R assertion is true, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Identify the statement that is not correct. Each antibody molecule has 4 peptide chains, 2 small called light chain and 2 heavy chain, larger longer heavy chain. The antibody binding site is present at the N-terminal region of the antibody molecule. Constant region of heavy light chains are located at the C-terminal of the antibody molecule. So the option 3 is the incorrect or not correct. Antibody binding site is located at the C terminal. It will be the V terminal region. It is the N terminal region of the antibody molecule, or the variable region. Next, silencing of specific mRNA is possible via RNAi. Because of RNAi or RNA interference takes place in all eukaryotic organisms as a method of cellular defense. This method involves silencing of a specific mRNA due to complementary DS RNA molecule that binds to and prevents translation of the mRNA, and thereby silencing specific mRNA. Here the correct answer will be complementary DS RNA. Genes R and Y follow independent assortment. If RRYY produce round yellow seeds and small y produce wrinkled green seeds, what will be the phenotypic ratio of the F2 generation? When capital R, capital Y, round yellow is crossed with small y, wrinkled green, the F1 hybrids capital R, capital Y, small y are all round yellow, and selfing of the F1 results in F2 with phenotypic ratio of 9 round yellow, 3 round green, 3 wrinkled yellow and 1 wrinkled green. So here the correct option will be 9:3:3:1. Option 3 will be the correct answer. Histones are enriched with lysine and arginine, the basic amino acids. So the histone proteins are basic and they bind with the acidic DNA. Next, the first menstruation is called as menarche. Next, matching. Heart is the atrial natriuretic factor. Kidney erythropoietin. গ্যাস্ট্রোইন্টেস্টাইন হচ্ছে সিক্রেটিন, জিআই ট্র্যাক্ট থেকে রিলিজড হয়, আর অ্যাড্রিনাল কর্টেক্স হচ্ছে অ্যালডোস্টেরন. So here the correct answer will be option 4, A3, B1, C4, D2. The protein portion of an enzyme is called as apoenzyme. Next and last question of today's class: which of the following is the unit of productivity in an ecosystem? The productivity is expressed in terms of gram square per year, or kcal per meter square per year. That is this one. This one will be the correct answer. So thank you my dear students, all the best.